Hi, my name's Ronnie and I love to read. So before I start this video, I am in a new location. I am sitting in a chair that rocks, otherwise known as a rocking chair. I came up with that myself. Yeah, so I'm just in a new location because I thought that you staring at my wall was getting a little boring, and here I have tons of fun stuff like this chair that moves. You can see a little bit of a trophy shelf up there and some ribbons from horseback riding. So and this fan, it's my best friend. But anyway, yes, this is kind of like my reading corner if I'm not sitting in bed reading a book, or if I'm not just like downstairs. This is where I'll be. I'll put my feet up and I'll lay back and read my book. I do have a purpose for this video. I'm doing a book tag today. I wasn't tagged by anyone, but I'm going to do it because it looks fun. I'm going to do the Ultimate Book Tag. So these are just like some very general questions that I read through the questions and I think that they're very interesting and I wanted to do it. So I'm going to do it. That is the end of the story. Okay, question 1. Do you get sick while reading in the car? The answer to this is definitely not. In fact, I think I get 80% of my reading done in the car because I'm driving a lot to my ski house. I'm driving a lot. I read on the bus. I read just if I'm driving, I usually read. If I'm doing a long distance ride, I usually read. Question 2. Which author's writing style is completely unique to you and why? I think I'd have to say E. Lockhart. I read the first book that I've ever read by her this summer, and it was just kind of a weird thing because you didn't know what was going on until the end, and it was kind of just like a very mysterious book. You were hearing the entire time about this event that you didn't know what it was, you didn't know what was happening, and it was different. 3. Harry Potter or Twilight? Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Harry Potter. Harry Potter. 3 points to defend this. J.K. Rowling is my goal in life, is to be J.K. Rowling. I never read Twilight. Actually, I read the first book when I was like 10, and I didn't understand it / didn't like it. And I also feel like it's just, the moment you read Twilight, you kind of become like, that stereotypical teenage girl, like, oh my god, Team Edward or Team Jacob, like, oh my god, it's so difficult to choose. 4. Do you carry a book bag? If so, what is in it besides books? I assume this means backpack, and since I am in 8th grade, I do have a backpack of sorts. At my school, we're not allowed to have like backpacks that we carry around during the day. People bring them to school and then they carry around their stuff for each class, but I think that's kind of stupid. We are allowed to have like shoulder bags. So my backpack, or what I call my backpack, is this pink Kitson LA bag, and it's super full right now because I didn't even unpack it. But basically what is in it is my pencil case, my chorus folder, my science binder, a notebook, some folders, and a hat. And during the school day, if it was a school day, I would have my phone, some headphones, probably some money. But yeah, that's what's in my backpack. And a book, usually. Do you smell your books? What? No, books don't even, like, smelling books is just not even like a... Okay, yes, I smell my books, but like, who doesn't? Books, when you get them and they're fresh out of the box from online, or you bring them back from Barnes & Noble, and you just like, gotta sniff the books, they smell so good. Like, I don't know what it is about them, but they just smell amazing. And yes, I smell my books. 6. Books with or without illustrations. If it's a book like Percy Jackson's Greek Gods, and it's got these beautiful full page illustrations, then yes, I love my books to have pictures because I think they're so pretty. What book did you love while reading but discovered later it wasn't quality writing? This was actually really tough for me because I, for the most part, either love a book from the start or hate it from the start. There is no in between, and there's no really reading it and kind of figuring out that I don't like it as much as I thought I was gonna like it. I think for this one I'm gonna have to say Allegiant by Veronica Roth, and I love the book. In Allegiant, I've reread Divergent and Insurgent. Allegiant, the entire time, the whole switching point of views, I didn't really feel a different character every time, so I mean, that's what I'm gonna have to say. 8! Do you have any funny stories involving books from your childhood? Please share. So this isn't really involving books, but I didn't learn how to read until I think the end of first grade or the beginning of second grade. But in first grade, like the entire span of first grade, I was put in the advanced reading groups. You know, the books, like, the young ones would have, like, the young ones. Yes, the young ones. The lower groups would have the little paper books. Like, they were, 3 pages, and they had pictures, and they had, highlighted words and stuff. In the advanced one, you had the actual little booklets, and it was mostly words, and I was put in those groups, and I could not figure out why. Well, I mean, my mom couldn't figure out why, because I didn't know how to read. It was because I wrote stories a lot. I misspelled them, but I wrote so much. I just wrote little stories, and again, my teacher thought that I could read, perfectly, and I could usually guess what was going on in the book based on, the little picture at the top, and when it was my turn to, read out loud, that's what I would pretend to do. So yeah, if I was going to say that's kind of a funny story involving reading for me. 9. Thinnest book on your bookshelf. The Demigod Files by Rick Riordan, and I figured out how to say his name finally, in the Percy Jackson. It's a kind of a novella from Percy Jackson. It's 150 pages, so not that long. It is the thickest book on your shelf. Well, the thickest, technically, page-wise, is The Mark of Athena, with 580 pages or something. But I take this question to mean lots of things. If you're talking about biggest, tallest, Percy Jackson's Greek Gods is probably it's taller than my head, so I would have to say that. Question 11. Do you write as well as read? Do you see yourself in the future as being an author? Actually, I do write. I try to write as much as possible. I have 7 ideas for novels in my head right now, but I cannot sit down for long periods of time and type because I can't type fast, I can't write fast, my handwriting is just terrible. So I have so many good ideas for novels, or at least I think they're good ideas. Someday, though, maybe this year, I'm going to actually try. I have a few chapters written in a new idea for a book. But I have time. I'm 13, and I can write until I die. So maybe I'll be an author someday. That's one of my dreams. When did you get into reading? I don't really know how to answer this question because I don't remember when I started reading. I can't tell you what series got me into reading, what books got me into reading. Percy Jackson, the originals, and Series of Unfortunate Events, and Harry Potter. I remember when I was in 5th grade, I would wake up an hour early just so that I could read Harry Potter. I would sit on my couch with a blanket and read Harry Potter and then go get ready for school. 13! What is your favorite classic book? I don't know if this counts as a classic book, but last year in school we had to read Macbeth, or really we acted it out, and I thought the story was so fascinating. 14! In school, was your best subject language, arts, / English? Well, I'm still in school. Currently, my best subject is English, but I'm not really good at the whole research papers and grammar part of English, but when you give me something to write creatively, we have to write fables, creative writing. I am amazing at that because there's just so many ideas going around in my head. If you were given a book as a present that you had read before and hated, what would you do? I also like to give books a chance. Give all books a chance if I get them. So if you got me a book as a present that I haven't read but I wasn't really interested in reading, I will put it like kind of on the bottom of my TBR, but I will try and read it, and I'll give it a chance. 16. What is a lesser known series that you know that is similar to Harry Potter or the Hunger Games? Okay, so this series is like really on the down low, and I don't think anybody knows about this yet, but a book that is really similar to the Hunger Games. Are you ready? This is like, it's going to blow your mind. The Maze Runner. Just kidding. I hate it when people say things like, oh, The Maze Runner, isn't that the book series that's like the Hunger Games? The Maze Runner came out before the Hunger Games. A. B. No. And C. I haven't even read The Maze Runner, but I still get very defensive when I see people compare two book series the same. So this question asking book series that are similar to and lesser known, I don't know what's lesser known and what is like really well known, but I don't like comparing book series because it just makes me feel bad. 17! What is a bad habit you always do besides rambling while blogging? Well, I'm going to say vlogging, like this video. I think a bad habit I do is I don't really put any of my, well, for the past couple of videos, I don't think I've been putting a lot of my personality into the videos because I'm just getting comfortable making them. But in the next couple of videos, I'm going to try like showing you guys actually my opinions about things. I think I'm doing pretty well in this video. But in the past, I've just kind of answered the questions and said what I think, but not really giving you any emotion. And that's a bad habit that I'm going to try and correct, and I'm starting with this video. 18! What is your favorite word? I think my favorite word, maybe not my favorite, but my most used word is fantastic. But I say it sarcastically, like when my teacher says, like, the homework tonight is 17 pages of reading. I say, fantastic. Or like that. Or when my friend's like, your eyeliner smudge, like, fantastic. So I think that counts as my favorite word because I like using it sarcastically, but also like if my mom's like, Ronnie, we're going to the bookstore, I can be like, fantastic! Okay, so that is all the questions. That went by fast. Just kidding. This video has been really long. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for videos, you can comment down below and I'll try and do them if there are any. Probably in a few days I'll be posting an I Was Here review. This lovely book will be reviewed on my channel. I just uploaded a video recently that was my January wrap-up, so if you want to check that out, I invite you to click the link that will be below. And that's probably it for this video. So yeah, that is all for now, and I'll see you next time, probably in a few days with the I Was Here review. Alright, bye!